Mom, how do you deal with unhealthy cravings?
Such a great question. One of the strategies that I tell kids and adults is that if you're dealing with unhealthy cravings, start to dig into what's actually going on. We can actually rewire our cravings so that we can change the things that we crave. I think that's really great information for kids and adults. Like what you crave, you don't have to give into it all the time. You can actually change it by changing your gut bacteria, by changing the mindset around it, by eating foods that support you in other ways. So for example, if you wanted to rewire your cravings for those fake TAKIS that you love, one of the things you have to remember is maybe there's a memory around that food that made you love it. It kind of wires into your brain. So for example, food companies know that when they give their food out at baseball games or at movie theaters, people get great memories with those foods. And then when they want comfort, they want those feel-good chemicals, they think of those memories and that food comes up. So changing your food memories around food is a great strategy. So now have some good times and eat healthy food with your good times, with your family. When you're spending time with your family or friends, eat some healthy foods that make you happy also. And then you can retrain the food memories. The other thing, food often creates a dopamine response, which is our addictive chemical. It's our chemical that is responsible for the cravings we get. So when we eat certain foods, you get a huge dopamine rush. And you have to know that sugary foods, processed foods give you a huge dopamine rush. But there's ways to get the dopamine rush that are healthy foods and also things that aren't food.
What are some examples of healthy dopamine releasers?
That's a great question. We can release dopamine from so many healthy things, like doing exercise is a way to release dopamine. So giving yourself a challenge to accomplish a certain thing, whether it be physical or mental, is a way to release dopamine. Dopamine is also released from foods. There are certain foods high in tyrosine that can help you release dopamine naturally. So these are ways to healthfully increase dopamine. Those tyrosine foods are like nuts and tofu and fish, and you can get that dopamine release without eating unhealthy junk food and retraining your cravings. I'd love to hear if you have tried to retrain your cravings and what you've done. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Amy, and this is Dr. Confidential.